The way I would substantiate permaculture and biodynamics is different from organic is all your inputs are local as possible. So all of our manure comes from right up the road and we compost it and apply it to the fields in the winter as our fertilizer. My name's Chris Cassad, owner-operator of Juniper Jungle Farm here east of Bend, Oregon. We sell our crops down at the local farmers markets. There's 3 in town that we do. And then the various restaurants. We live in the high desert. We can't grow food without water. Our natural landscape looks like sagebrush and juniper. Lettuce is not, a prevailing weed out there that just grows naturally. I think it's good to start being ecologically aware as water users, as humans, a part of this watershed. I think it's good to have that balance and find reasonable, management strategies that we can do for that.
We are in the cattle business, and we are a net importer of feed. We do not produce as much feed that we utilize. Everything that we produce, we rotate through our cattle operation. My name is Mark Malott, and I've lived in Central Oregon and had irrigation water, COI irrigation water, basically my whole life. There's thousands of acres of irrigation in Powell Butte, and all the wastewater from all the neighboring ranches ends up coming through the Mayfield. And then we pump that water to the high point, to the Mayfield homestead, and then we recycle that water. That pump runs all the time. And so then we're able to use our irrigation water a multiple amount of times. We're taking care of these resources. And it's just like the grazing, it's the same thing. We manage our grazing as intensively as we manage our water because we want the public to know that we're caretaking that resource as well.
We have to have the irrigation water to be organic in the first place. If we don't get a certain percentage of our feed from the pasture, then we cannot be certified organic. My name is Jos Poland. Together with my wife, Deanna, we have an organic dairy farm here. To successfully be a dairy farmer, you have to take the stress away from the cows. It's actually the most fun too to see those cows out in the pasture and just go get the feed themselves instead of we having to take it off and bringing it to them. I don't think this is just a local thing for just Jefferson County or for just Central Oregon. I think this is a national thing that nationally we do need the water to grow the food to be able to not just feed ourselves here in this country, but we're feeding part of the rest of the world as well.
The highway has gotten a lot busier in between this piece of ground and the piece of ground on the other side. It's a little tougher to get across there with the tractors, but we've been able to make it. My name is Gary English. I've grown up here in Bend. My mom was an avid gardener, and resultantly I ended up in the green industry, Oregon State University and Michigan State University. 38 years ago, I opened this nursery, and there was nothing between here and Pilot Butte except sagebrush and jackrabbits. Our relationship with COID has always been really good. They come by and they find out what our needs are, and we work together with them. So it hasn't been a kind of a dictatorial, I'm the water district, you're the user type of thing. There's been a lot of interaction back and forth. They know what our needs are, and we can work through how we can best do what we need to do based on what they're giving us.
This area grows a majority of the world's carrot seed supply, so not just domestic carrot seed production, but the carrot production all over the world. The seed comes from right here in Jefferson County in Central Oregon. My name's Kevin Richards. I farm Fox Hollow Ranch with my wife and my parents, Martin and Nancy Richards. Everyone knows that Central Oregon is very dry, but Jefferson County in particular is actually one of the driest places in all of Oregon. We get the least amount of rainfall. And so not much grows here without irrigation water. A lot of families, not just farm families, but people involved in agribusiness and people that work for farms and work for agribusinesses, they really rely on that irrigation water to keep our economy rolling. What I think a lot of people don't realize is how the Central Oregon landscape has really developed and evolved because of access to irrigation water.
When you watch kids come together with horses that are struggling or are in a difficult place, and the kids learn how to brush them, and you see a child interact with a 1,200-pound animal and watch that beauty happen, I don't want to lose that. My name is Troy Meter, and I'm the Chief Operations Officer and co-founder of Crystal Peaks Youth Ranch. We started in 1995. We found a great connection between horses and kids and the therapeutic benefit of watching broken horses and troubled kids come together. Outside of having water, especially irrigation water, this would still be a rock pit, and the kids wouldn't be able to enjoy it. The horses wouldn't be here. Nothing would be here. The community will suffer. The property values will suffer, and I think more so the the animals and what we do, the agriculture here will suffer. That's something that's so important to our kids, and I think so important to our society.